tuning in for some movie reviews. Film flickers and movie reviews. Let's hear those movie reviews. Film flickers and movie reviews. And action.
Hello, Flickers! Today we are looking at the 1999 horror comedy Idle Hands.
Yeah, we got this from a recommendation from one of our subscribers. Thank you very much. And yeah, we did really enjoy it. It was unexpected. I thought it was going to be very similar to something that I'd seen before called Vacancy, where because a few of the actors in it were comedy actors or had been comedy actors, I thought I was going to be looking forward to a comedy. And then actually it turned into a real horror film. So I thought the same thing was going to happen here, that there was a comedy, it was supposed to be a comedy film, and then it was going to actually turn into a real horror. But luckily, although there were a lot of jump scares in it, there wasn't too much horror, and there was actually some really good quality comedy to it, which was brilliant.
It stars Devon Sawa playing Anton, who is a stoner, who through one of them becomes possessed by a demon, or at least his hand becomes possessed by a demon.
Yeah.
Which hence the title of the film.
Mm.
We've also got Seth Green, who plays his also stoner friend. He's on top form in this. I'm quite a good fan. I'm quite a fan of Seth Green, to be honest, and I did enjoy him in this one.
Yeah.
And of course, your favourite, of course, yeah.
Oh yeah, I noticed it straight away. Yeah, lovely. Jessica Alba was in it, as well as the main love interest of Anton, called Molly, and yeah, it was she didn't let me down at all, which was fantastic.
Also in the film is a guy we can say is quite a big name now, because he is in the absolutely fantastic Daredevil, and that is Eldon Henson. In Daredevil he plays Foggy, which is obviously Daredevil's sidekick, I guess. Sidekick.
Best friend as well.
Best friend and sidekick. And he's also brilliant in this. He plays another stoner, another friend of Anton's. And no, he's really good in this as well. It's they really do a good job of carrying off the teen stoner comedy trio.
It was very, very good. I loved the comedy routine between all three of them. It was a really good moment, and it wasn't done in any way a kind of a slapstick kind of way, which is you would expect from these kind of teen comedy horror spin-off type things. And there are quite a few nice little nods as well to the horror classics as well, which is really good. But yeah, they did have some really lovely scenes together where the comedy was just rolling off the tongue, as it really sort of gelled very, very well. And yeah, I really enjoyed some of the bits. I can't give away too much, but it is really good.
It wasn't ever massively corny, which is what I liked about it. I do have a bugbear about spoof films, as I've said before in the past, and they tend to be very corny in their comedy. They use very trite comedy mechanisms. But this film doesn't go to those lengths. It really does use some very clever comedy mechanisms. There are some corny bits in it, there always are, but not many. And I think every joke hits home. For me, certainly every joke hit home.
It felt natural. It felt like natural comedy, like it was more about the awkwardness of the moments, rather than kind of like being, oh, ha ha ha, isn't that funny? So, not slapstick or anything like that. So it's a great way of kind of bringing that across.
There's been a series of gruesome murders around the town, and it's a very funny kind of thing that the teenagers do, is it almost seems to not affect them. They mention it in their day-to-day life, like, we can't do this anymore, there's a curfew because there's been murders, but the fact that loads of people die in their town almost seems to not affect them. And as a father of teenagers, I can fully tell you that's probably the truth.
Oh dear. It was, I feel for you, man. I really do. Yeah, it was really funny. It does harken back to the times when I was teenager stuff, and you never really watched the news. You never really caught up with current events or anything like that. So when your parents said something had happened, you're kind of like, what? Ah, okay. Or when someone else knew about it and it was exciting at the time, then yeah, you'd get involved. But otherwise, yeah. Be glad I'm not one of your teenagers. That's fine. But yeah, so it was good on that thing, and I think that really helped set up a lot of it as well. You didn't feel like it was kind of like, oh, how would he not know? They actually gave you the exposition on it and actually showed you why he wasn't able to keep up with current events and stuff like that, and actually just what his attitude was, and they set the character up very well with that, definitely.
He came across as the archetypal, just really lazy teenager who just wants to be left alone, either sleeping or sitting in front of the TV eating crisps. I mean, that's it was really well done, and Anton was a great character and very, very well portrayed.
Yeah, I really liked the introduction to his friends as well, and actually you could see where that all came from, and they had left school by now. Oh, they were leaving school by now. They were just coming out to the end of school, so it was the end of year prom that they were all going to.
I guess,
and that was really good in it. That particular part of the story came into play very well in the rest of it, with all the events that sort of came around to it, and how his friends were able to go to it as well, and what he was doing to be able to get to the prom, to be able to meet his love interest, which was Molly, and it worked really well. It did set it up very, very well to how everything was going on as well, with the main sort of drive of the story of this sort of religious hunter for, I don't know if it was, she was kind of like, she was the
like a
demon hunter,
a
demon hunter kind of thing. So she was chasing after and finding a pattern, and then she knew where to go. So she was the driving force behind, getting this possessed hand and everything. And it's really good that everything kind of fits into its own slot. So although the budget, I would assume, was quite low.
I assume so.
Yeah. I mean, the practical effects were very good and very frequent, and they were done really, really well. But it was, I thought that the story was extremely good. I felt that the quality of the acting was excellent from everyone. But yeah, I didn't feel that there were any real shortcuts made. I didn't feel it was cheapened in any way. I think it did. It was a quality, worthwhile little indie film. I would have said, definitely.
I think it came across as an indie film, but the production was good production values, and it's just genuinely a fantastic film to watch. We watched it on Netflix, which I would imagine will be available on for quite a while. So if you're a member of that particular video streaming
other video streaming services are available,
then I do heartily recommend you watch it. I'm pretty certain you'll enjoy it.
We'd like to say a big thank you to James for recommending this for us. Please keep your recommendations coming as well, because it is great to be able to see these films that we probably would never have thought of doing, so please keep them coming.
Thanks for watching the video, and if you did like it, then please hit the like button, and if you want to see more from us, then please hit subscribe.
And don't forget to leave a comment below, and if you've got any suggestions for films that we should be reviewing in the future, please leave us a nice little message. Oh, and check out our previous videos.